Shit.
The drugs haven't hit yet.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, you're really passed out soon. So, okay.
Hello, everyone. Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live stream, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. I'm joined, as always, by my good friends. Chris, playing the noir detective, UNT, inquisitive rogue, divination wizard, Mannix. I didn't hear that, but I saw his lips move, so I trust that.
Can you guys not hear me?
Oh, there we go. I picked that
Now
one.
we can.
Wow. That was weird.
Heather playing the Dark Death dealer, half-drow assassin rogue, Celeste.
Hello.
This also doubles as our mic check, I guess.
Yeah.
Rochelle, unfortunately, not joining us again this evening, playing Deepwater Diva, Triton Bard of Whispers, Gillian. Raymond playing the heedlessly brave Turtle Battle Master Fighter Rogue, George.
Hello.
And Reese playing the metal-laced Mighty Morphin Hill Dwarf Druid of the Moon, Theron.
Hello.
There you go. We stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. You can watch all of our D&D live series, as well as reviews and Let's Plays on my YouTube page. Read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com and watch my behind-the-scenes, no players allowed live series, Crafting Annihilation, on Thursday mornings. You can follow me on Twitter at roguewatson and join our official Discord discussion group. Invite link in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/roguewatson. Shoutouts to Platinum patrons Andrew, Richard, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Nick, Andy, Chris, and Alberto. And gold patrons RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy Numa, Marcos Dade, Vicente, Gilberto, Sean, AK, Cert2B, Adam, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, Ross, Limpy Spuds, and Jerome. Thank you all very much for your support. Obviously, shoutouts to a new patron, Alberto. For our campaign, we use Roll20.net. For video chat, we use Discord. And for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Previously on Tomb of Annihilation.
Yay! I feel like you're waiting for applause.
Pause for applause. Yeah, no studio audience. We're having to do our live show from. If you watch like the late night hosts, because they do they're all doing their shows from home, and they try to do the same thing, but there's no audience. So a lot of the jokes is like, I don't know if I should laugh or just smile.
Right.
I need the social cues.
If anything, you have a hostile audience.
If anything, that's true. Previously on Tomb of Annihilation, a magical waterfall bisected a long, wet hallway with murals of figures holding weapons. The party recalled one of Asarak's clues about walking through water with weapon in hand. The weapons on the wall were real, and the party figured out to walk through the waterfall in the same order, holding the right weapons. Through two secret alcoves, Mannix and George discovered a pair of crystals in the shape of eyes, recalling the drawing of an eye door with 10 indentations around it. Beyond the hallway, the party began traversing another narrow crawl space, but when Celeste crawled into a hidden pressure plate, the crawlway rotated, cutting her off from everyone else. The party spent a long time switching the tunnels back and forth, as well as finding a dead member of the Company of the Yellow Banner with his magic sword and another crystal eye. Finally, Theron used a create water spell to trigger the plate without trapping anyone, and the party resumed their crawling. Looping around to the north, they discovered Ijan's tiled floor room and another room with a shadowy figure. George duplicated the shadow clone perfectly, slaking his thirst at the illusory well and discovering another crystal eye, while Mannix directed Celeste onto a path of picture tiles while looking through a magnifying peephole into a medallion. Trying to describe all of this in like as few of sentences as possible is a task, let me tell you, because it sounds fucking crazy when I try to just sum it up. Celeste was rewarded with Ijan's spirit as well as a wand of wonder. The party rested in the shadow clone room, shrugged off the horrifying visage of shadowy clone Mannix, and resumed their adventures in the third level of the Tomb of the Nine Gods. That's where we find ourselves now.
I have the world's slowest Roll20 going on right now, by the way.
Oh. You are all in a hallway, basically coming back from your adventures in the northeast corner of this tomb.
I believe it likes to be called Tome.
The Tome. correct pronunciation.
All right, Mannix, where are we going?
Didn't we say we were going to go up this path?
Yeah, you yelled something at the end of the last session.
DM, where are we going?
I'm prepared for anything.
Oh.
God,
You
please
yelled
go a
crawl
certain way.
space
For
at the end of the last session, so we're going.
Oh
to
yeah,
crawl
we
space.
came to crawl space.
Yeah, there's another one over here.
All right.
All really like
Gonna
those
go
tight
in,
crawl
Gonna
spaces.
put my wand of wonder
Oh,
at
yeah.
things.
I feel safe.
Cannot wait till I can use this damn wand of wonder.
Let's give the murderer a chaotic wand of ultimate power. It's a good combo.
What could go wrong?
Feeling confident.
It also
Hey,
makes
look,
your decks
there's a
better.
T.
And that's
Yeah, their dex is
Oh,
really
oh.
high. All right, so
Wait, I ran into a wall.
yeah, there is a thing here in this tunnel. No pressure plates. Even I imagine. Would your character pay attention now or not? Would you just be like, whatever?
you forgot about that.
I might have
already.
gotten crawled in the
wouldn't.
last tunnel, but surely this tunnel doesn't have a rotating crawlway.
No, she totally wouldn't have paid attention to that. She's still too fascinated with the wand of wonder.
So ahead of you, and this is the same kind of like 3-foot narrow crawl space you can barely move around in. The face of a snarling minotaur is etched into a sheet of iron that bisects the crawlway. Its eyes have been cut out, letting you see through the sheet, beyond which the tunnel continues onward.
Can I point my wand of wonder at it?
Yeah.
And so it's like a pair of binoculars?
So it looks like an iron sheet. It doesn't look very thick. With in the face of a minotaur with its eyes cut out, and its eyes are just open, and beyond that you can just see the tunnel continues.
Weird. Can I push it?
You look at it and you think that you kind of reach out and you put your hands on it and you actually feel it move. But as you feel it move, you also feel resistance, like it wants to be down. And when you kind of push at it, you feel like it would take a pretty solid feat of strength to lift this thing up.
So it goes up and down like a guillotine sort of situation, just a sheet of metal that.
That is a good word for it, yes.
It seemed like a garage door, but yes,
Yeah.
something more ominous.
Yep.
Some sort of deadly garage door, you say?
George!
Decapitation powers.
George says, "What?"
Just like my old garage door.
Door! Need
Killed
you lift?
so many
Decapitated
neighbors.
so many.
We finally had to move.
All accidents, officer.
I used to have 5 brothers.
Now only 3.5.
You almost got Chris to spit out his drink.
Close.
You want me to come in the tunnel? All right.
I'll back up. Don't worry.
Nope, now you're both shoved into the tunnel together. One on top of the
Wait,
other.
I think Gillian might have a spell that can help. Yes.
All right, guys. A little cramped. A little cramped.
Enhance ability. Right? I just want to cast it without reading it.
Just
Advantage
plain-
on strength checks.
Give him the... What's the strength one called? Bull strength.
She
Yes.
gives him boxes cutting.
That's right. You're slightly
You've got
smarter.
a fox's cutting now.
This is not useful. All right. So George will montage this, but we'll figure ways that George gets there.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
It takes 30
So
minutes of
strength.
getting out of the tunnel and getting into the tunnel. George, it would take I would let you roll an athletics check. You can use your athletics to try and lift this thing up. But it is like as you lift it, you feel like it's almost spring loaded to like slam back down. But with your enhanced strength, you do have advantage. Look at that roll!
Pushes so hard, he just like rams it up and it gets stuck in there.
I think so. I think that's exactly what happens. You hear like a terrible grinding screech noise, and you feel like what would normally be a latch to hold it in place has suddenly become jammed upwards and is now stuck. You wouldn't believe how long we
Right
spent
before
on this
that
thing in Crafting Annihilation for you to roll a fucking 20 on it. Well done.
Hours of planning. Break it immediately.
Well done, sir.
What if they roll a crit? That'll never happen.
That'll never happen.
I can't plan for all the eventualities.
No, he was very excited because I wasn't here for Crafting Annihilation this week, so I honestly don't know what's coming.
All right, everyone pile in
Back in the
as
top.
fast as possible.
Yeah.
All right, George, you're now leading the way.
Yes, he is.
Orvex is like, do we have to? Maybe I'll find another way around.
Shut
like
up,
last
Orvix.
time."
I mean, yeah, if it's anything like the last one, this hallway just goes right around.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a horror movie. Everywhere you turn, he's just Orvex is sitting there just waving. Hey guys, how did you get
He was a
over
real-
there?
He was the real monster this entire time.
It's
God, I can't
haunting
wait
us.
for him to rip off his face and it's just fucking a Serac underneath.
Right. Orvex has
Oh,
been
that was
dead
quite-
for 30 years.
This whole time. What a twist.
Well, seeing as our party likes crawl spaces, George heads towards the next crawl space.
So yeah, you emerge into a
Ooh.
corridor. More of that purple mold covers this entire area. Down the corridor to the west, it appears like it's sloping in and getting smaller, and you can see a hole in the bottom, and there's a faint light emanating from that. And then George, yeah, around the corner to the south, you see another crawl space, and this kind of seems to empty out into darkness, but you can also see some light coming from that end as well.
This is gonna be like the MC Escher portion of the dungeon.
Oh my gosh, nightmare for me to explain. So wait, where? How
We're
does
gonna
it?
be Yeah, all right.
Who's looking at what now?
George can't see the other end because of his 30 feet limitation, so he's just going to go through the crawl space.
Crawl space, crawl space.
I only feel comfortable in crawl spaces now. George, whoa, hang on.
right.
Hang on. You're gonna
Oh,
come back here. George, your crawl space ends in pure blackness.
No.
You can't see, but your crawl space ends, and you literally exit out of it into a sheer cliff, and it just drops off in front of you into darkness. However, about 6 feet to your southwest is a lit balcony that's at the same level that you just exited your crawl space in. And
Do a
it's got,
custom jump. You can make it.
you can see a lit torch over there. You can also see a iron lever very conspicuously standing upright on this balcony.
I bet you're wondering how George is going to make it those 6 feet to the balcony. Well, good thing he picked up that 10-foot of chain that the two zombies were holding, which is just the right distance for the 6-foot gap.
It's Chekhov's chain all over again.
So why not? Let's use this 10-foot chain and try to grapple a hook around the balcony.
Okay. Let's see. How do we do a grappling?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually,
We could do an attack roll, or maybe I guess throwing is strength, so you could do just a strength check to just sort of do it like a. You
I've got
probably
something
want
better.
something on the. Oh, okay. I'm trying to work
got
through the
something
logic. Go ahead.
I can't
Don't
figure
worry
out
about
how I can make the chain go without slipping. But if the DM allows me, George is going to pull out his staff of the python.
Okay.
Throw it 10 feet.
Okay.
To the balcony. while yelling out Moa.
Turn the staff
Summon-
into a snake for the first time.
Yes.
This is the wrong page.
Seems like a good use.
I feel like George is just going through his bag right now.
Yeah,
I got
it
a
is.
chain. I got a staff that turns into a snake.
All right.
I got old cheese.
Anybody want old cheese? Yes, I can handle that. So you throw it out, and you've got your staff. That was Moa's item, and it clatters onto the balcony. You say the word, and the staff transforms and elongates into a very, very large and yet extremely friendly-looking snake
Thank you.
that takes up just about the entire size of this balcony. Just coils and coils and coils around. And yes, it has a little hat.
Part hanging.
We just watched that
hanging
movie
off.
today.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's
Does
funny.
it hold up? I remember it well.
It's like if Robin Hood took place in the South.
A lot of Disney stuff from back in that era was blank, but in the South.
All the accents.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah.
Yeah,
Voice actors.
that's fine.
Now, how about if I command this snake to scoop each of us up and carry us, like half of it's hanging on the balcony and it just like extend its head?
Sure, I'm sure
Crap.
Celeste would love that method. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
George going
cartoon
first.
snake.
Snake
Cartoon Disney
is
snake.
certainly large enough to have most of its body still on the balcony and then reach over and just kind of crawl. I don't know the physics behind snakes, but I'm pretty sure they can do some pretty funky stuff if like half their body's
Really?
planted on
Uh-huh.
the back. So
Uh-huh.
honestly,
I mean,
it can just form a bridge, I'm sure. Yeah.
It could, but George is feeling lazy and doesn't want to actually crawl over the snake. He's going to make the snake, carry him.
It's
Okay.
maw.
It's maw. All right. Yep, that snake is
I don't know
definitely
what
willing to
you'll
do
be
that for you.
into. All right. As George goes, lands on the other side. All right, Celeste, your turn. Don't worry, he's friendly. Just let him carry you.
Snake tips its head. Ma'am.
Her dagger in her hand, poised above its head, ready to go should it try anything.
George commands the snake to just form a regular bridge.
Yeah, there we go. She'll walk
Literally,
across.
its body like just changes and contorts, and it's got little like side things to it and everything.
Handholds.
Nice little
Little
suspension.
steps to climb onto.
Little steps, yeah.
That's far more pleasant for me. Yeah, and she'll just walk right down.
Ijin in your mind says, "Oh, Mo is so friendly and nice. Quick, quick, fast as we can." The rest of you
I love
emerge.
that you're using cartoons for this shit now.
I tried.
Thank you, dear.
What was the other way?
I'm getting
What?
over.
The other way down this hallway?
Oh, yes, with the party, it's a great idea. The
Just asking.
the corridor sloped inward and until it got smaller into a small crawl space sized hole in the floor, and you could see light coming out of that hole.
Face size hole. Okay. That it goes down into the floor.
Yes.
Okay. Do I still have my frog?
Yeah, Frog's still around. Frog's with Orbix. They're both kind of looking at the crawl space, shrugging at each other.
I would like to do a combination of things. I would like to possess Owly for a moment and have him fly down a flight and pick up my eye because I assume I haven't seen anything in a while coming from that. I set my eye down to watch that dwarf door like 2 sessions ago.
Yeah, that's right. No, you haven't seen anything out of there. But you do
Okay.
recall they had a
So-
whole nother entrance to that place, too.
Yeah, right. So I'll give up on that, and I'll have Allie pick up the eye, bring it to me.
Okay.
And then I'll have my frog hold the eye in its mouth, and I'm going to send him down towards the crawl space.
Okay, you're
Maybe I'll
a
just rip the frog's
We're gonna
ass.
have him beat
sadistic
Orvex.
Pokemon trainer now.
Yeah, that's right.
And between George's giant snake, this session's gotten insane. Okay. Yeah, so the frog has got the eye. You want it to go down into the hole? Okay. It plops down and it falls a good 15 feet.
I might be dead.
So give me a 1d6 there. As it kind of
Okay.
takes a bit of damage on the way down.
4.
This room, make me look at 3 different rooms in rapid succession, is shaped like a drum or cylinder lying on its side, with its south end tapering toward a small stone door. Carvings of demons decorate the stonework with flickering flames in their eyes. Celeste would recognize this room, but I don't think you would.
I never went down there. Did Celeste or anyone who fought that thing? We sent people down there though. We knew what was down there. We sent George. I think it was George and Celeste. Went down to fight that.
George and Celeste killed something, and then Celeste looked through the window and saw what it was in there. Did you guys share that information?
Question.
What did we kill?
Celeste is shaking her head.
Let's assume no. Okay.
It was when
I
we
mean-
killed one of the dwarfs that was and we propped his body up underneath the ledge or the lever, so that way nobody could come in and pull the lever and try to make that room start to turn, because it looked like a room that could turn. Basically, it looked like a giant washing machine.
What? How long ago was this?
Like 3
George
seconds
kills a
ago.
lot of things. He doesn't remember.
This was right after you picked up the laughing skull.
Yep, because we had to go fast because that damn skull was following us and was going to give us away.
Making a lot of noise. Yeah. You probably don't remember anything because you were just so preoccupied with the skull.
Probably.
And I don't think George looked through the window. I think it was only me.
Well, I'll just let that information lie for a second. I'll tell the party when I get to them.
And you notice that the frog's just chilling in there and nothing's happening.
Okay. And on the other end of the cylinder is a stone door.
There's a door. Yeah.
That the frog doesn't have a way of opening. All right.
Nope.
I'll just have the frog chill there for a bit.
Okay.
Keep my eye on that room. And I will join the party.
George, is anybody else coming over? My snake ain't gonna be a bridge for a long time.
Talk him over. So Gillian.
Nobody?
so-
All right. George says.
I'm coming.
the word.
Retract the snake now. No! right.
The 4 of you just shut the door on Max.
Basically. In this area, 2 balconies face each other over a vast pit. A single torch burns above each balcony. On the east balcony stands a rough-hewn 15-foot tall statue of a hulking fiend with furled wings and clenched fists. An iron lever sits in the upright position on the western balcony. Between them stretches a chasm plunging into darkness. And at the west end of the balcony you're all on now, you see a staircase descending 10 feet into what looks like a wall.
Hmm.
And you mentioned there's a lever there too, right?
Yeah, the snake's covering it up, but there is a lever
Once
on the
Mannix
wall.
gets over, George is going to pick up the staff and say Moa again.
Job snake.
That was a good test run.
I'll go down and investigate the wall.
As soon as you get close, your insanely good perception immediately picks up that this is a classic secret door that just kind of has the special handholds. You can pull it aside like a sliding door.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right. How many rooms can we open in rapid succession?
Does anyone else really want to pull this lever?
Hang on one second. Let me read this room description.
No, that's standing up. All right. Let's see if Manix is eaten first.
If he's eaten. A 15-foot wide, 15 deep pit dominates this chamber. At the bottom of the pit, an 8-foot tall clay figure stands motionless beside a stone treasure chest. A silver key hangs from a cord around the figure's neck. 2 9-foot tall stone statues stand atop plinths on either side of the pit. A third plinth against the south wall stands empty. One of the statues depicts a hooded and bearded male figure with his left hand held high, index finger pointed up. The other portrays an armored male knight with his gauntleted right hand extended, its palm facing inward toward the knight.
I'm not visualizing this properly.
There's a 15-foot wide, 15 feet deep pit in the middle of this room.
Yeah.
There are 3 plinths surrounding it. One of them is empty. 2 of them hold statues. And then in the pit, there is a 8-foot tall clay statue and a stone treasure chest.
So the third warning says "Right the gods," like RIGHT.
Okay. Which one of these statues is doing something with his right hand?
The left statue depicts a hooded and bearded figure with left hand held high, index finger pointed up. The other portrays an armored male knight with gauntleted right hand extended, palm facing inward toward the knight.
Is the clay statue in the middle the same size as the 2 side statues?
It's slightly smaller.
Okay. Let's investigate this right hand statue, the one with his right hand pointing at the knight.
Okay. You can either give me an investigation check to check it out, or a religion check to try to figure out maybe who this figure is supposed to be.
Oh,
Or both.
Well,
if you want to look around for a while.
yeah. Not the best person to do the second one. Why?
And then some of the rest of you are still on the balcony overlooking the vast chasm with a lever.
Why my character sheet won't open? Hold on just a second.
I had that issue earlier.
Yeah, look at my name, but it just will not open. I wonder if I can double shift.
You literally just have to let it sit there and wait.
It's just lagging.
Oh.
It took like 3.5 minutes for mine to finally open.
Jeez. Everybody's on Roll20 right now.
I guess that means you should switch back to the lever party.
Yeah.
Lever party? Did you have something you wanted to do?
There's
I'd
not
like
much
to
to do with the
investigate.
lever party. Just pull the stupid lever.
Just pull the lever.
I want to investigate
Oh,
the lever.
Do you want to pull it with us standing on the balcony?
I know that seems like a typical
Walaka
trap.
says,
but it-
please don't pull the lever. Oh, gods, no, not the
I don't.
lever.
I don't think we should pull the lever right now.
Is it up down lever or left right lever?
It is an up-down lever. It actually looks like the same
Is
kind.
there?
It looks like the same kind of lever that was in the other room where you killed the Tomb Guardian. That it had its hand on that lever. It's that same kind of just basic iron lever that you kind of, the classic giant like clack it down.
What happened in that one? I don't remember.
I don't think they pulled it. I think they just
I think
made
Colette
sure it
did.
was
didn't
lodged
you?
up. Oh, really?
No,
No, okay.
we stuffed the Tomb Guardian up underneath it so no one could pull it. Like we jammed him up underneath there.
Levers are meant to be pulled.
Imagine George's hand
George's
just hovering
argument.
over the lever.
That's right.
I'm doing myself to it.
I mean, I don't know why we think the balcony would fall out from under our feet.
Nobody was thinking that, but
I
now
mean,
we're all
they're
thinking
having
that.
We're talking about.
Um, all right. You know what? I'm not risking it. I'm gonna tell the others to go down the stairs.
Are you staying behind to pull the lever?
I'm gonna.
All right.
Everybody's
I'm gonna
getting
use Moa
out.
again. I know. I'm gonna use Moa again.
Can I step in here in this room?
Oh, you know what? I got a better idea. George makes some
boy.
clicking sounds, and Thaddeus emerges from his shell.
Right.
Thaddeus,
the winged monkey.
the winged monkey.
Thaddeus.
He's so sweaty.
Throw it around.
That
I've been
monkey.
in there for weeks.
You summon, you just hear bottles clinking around, and
Yeah.
reeks of smoke.
But I'm gonna just have Thaddeus pull the lever.
You're
He doesn't have to worry about
cherished.
ground beneath him.
Okay. I'm glad
I
that
mean,
you,
I
We're gonna
believe
have
this
a moment
lever-
of sadness for Thaddeus. We
you
might as well
risk
have
your
one for
beloved
Roy
winged
Horn.
monkey more than the summoned giant snake.
I believe this is safe. If anything,
Oh, just so y'all
maybe the
know,
ground.
Roy from Sick Feet and Roy died today.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was supposed to have an emotional reaction to
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah. He was not eaten by a tiger.
Get
let's put
off
it that way.
TMZ, dear.
It took me a
Did
second.
you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know. I was thinking.
I was thinking of
addition.
Penn and Teller.
No. I actually might.
But the
I'll
big
listen
guy
to
or the small
reaction
guy?
from it. Yeah.
Neither.
All right, you doing that now with the monkey?
Yes.
Okay.
And George is
Um,
gonna step to the away from the stairs, I guess. Just here.
Okay, you get as far
Go,
back,
Thaddeus.
pressed up. Okay. Thaddeus,
Yeah, as far as I can.
Thaddeus presses the lever down, and a few things happen. Firstly, you can't see more than 30 feet, correct?
That is correct. So let me see what that looks like. Okay.
Okay,
So-
thank you. So you don't see a whole lot happening, but what you hear and feel is a howling wind comes shooting up from this chasm. It's like a screaming wind.
Thaddeus screaming.
But you feel like you're far away enough where it's not really affecting you, but you feel like it would be very much affecting you if you were on the balcony. And that's all that you can tell is happening right now.
All right. Can Thaddeus come back to me?
Thaddeus,
Oz.
hang on, I got to look up a winged monkey stats.
No longer a monkey.
It's no longer a monkey.
I mean, I guess is he far enough in to not be blown by the winds?
Hang on. The wind doesn't appear to be like fucking him up too much physically,
Uh-oh.
Mentally,
but
though.
Emotionally.
but mentally, hang on, hold please.
Emotionally, he's going to need therapy.
Emotionally, you see Thaddeus begin. Well, I guess you can't see him, but you hear him just babbling incomprehensibly, which I guess is kind of what a monkey does anyway. But it's very odd and nerve wracking. And the winds appear to be affecting him mentally.
Thaddeus, come back. Thaddeus.
It's kind of wind sounds.
Wind's still going?
Wind's still going. Yeah, lever is down.
Oh, okay.
Can I feel the wind from here?
You can feel it. Yeah, you feel like if you stepped onto the balcony, you would definitely be feeling it. But yeah, you can feel a bit from where you are here. But yeah, you can call Thaddeus, and he does come back, but he just appears to be babbling like and just kind of shaking his head and just acting real funny.
Good job, Thaddeus. Come back inside my shell.
What a terrible existence these animals lead.
My pet. Well, that was just a wind lever, I guess. That was kind of boring.
Well, maybe the intention is for the wind to sort of like let you cross the chasm. It's a really long chasm.
Mm.
So
Maybe
maybe it's
a
like
flying
a
squirrel style.
yeah, maybe.
You can try it if you want.
I don't want to be the guinea pig. But
You could let Aura. Oh wait.
you know what I will do? I'll send the owl
Yeah, where did
across
Orvex
the
end up?
chasm.
Orvex still in the
Oh,
still in the
did you-
corridor, probably.
Missing
Can you,
something.
George? Can you pull the lever back up so the wind doesn't blast my owl when he comes out?
I can't reach the lever.
All right. Where's Thaddeus? Get him to do it.
I don't think he wants to.
Yeah, Thaddeus is still babbling. It's very strangely.
Hmm. Can I see the lever from where I'm at right now?
Doesn't look like it.
I didn't know where it was.
It's on the
It's around the
north
corner.
side of the balcony.
Oh, okay. Could I attempt to blindly mage hand just in that general area and just try to raise it up? Afraid of getting closer.
Because you can't feel anything with a mage hand, right? You're just like
Good question.
Right. I don't think you have the sensation.
you don't have the sensation, yeah. So you're just kind of flailing around. Give me a 1d20, and if you roll a crit, then I will let you just fucking randomly raise that up.
Okay.
The odds are not in your favor, but I'll give you a chance.
Nope.
Flailing around with that mage
Flail
hand.
Okay. Well, then I suppose I'm gonna take my chances with the owl.
Okay.
I will sit down on the stairs here. I will possess my owl and I will bring him in and try to beeline towards that lever.
Okay. The owl makes it through, and the wind, it feels the wind, but it doesn't actually seem to fuck it up that much.
Mhm.
But it definitely feels it. But it's a flying animal. It's kind of used to some adverse condition. Actually, it's a magical familiar, I guess. I don't know what it is used to. However, when the screeching, it definitely hears that. And as soon as the howling screeches reach it, its eyes literally seem to roll back in its head, and it just completely passes out, Mannix. And you see your connection is severed. And you see, like in a distance, you see the owl just plummet into the darkness.
8. Okay. Bye, Allie. All right, then I'm gonna go to a spell slot. Then
And then after
Well, George was
after 30 seconds or so, how does it work if the familiar is killed? Does anything happen to you, or do you feel it?
Blinks out of. No, I know it. No, I know it happens. He just blinks
Okay.
out of existence.
You feel it blink out of existence at some point. If
Okay.
that's reassuring.
Shoot. Yeah, that's very reassuring.
If George were the more malicious
I
type,
guess.
he would just push you.
So
Well-
what you're telling us is we have no way back right now.
Well, hold on, I got one more thing I can do. You guys play with the levers. I'm gonna sit down for 10 minutes and concentrate.
Play with the levers, and we got into this mess.
We
No, not the
switch
levers.
our-
Sorry, I mean the statues in the other room. I'm gonna sit down the stairs and begin concentrating on casting Unseen Servant
Mm.
as a ritual.
All right, as I mentioned, there's a 15-foot wide, 15-foot deep pit in the middle of this room, a clay statue and a stone treasure chest. And then there are 2 stone statues on either side, and on top of these plinths, which are like pedestals, and a third pedestal that's empty on the south wall.
Do these plinths look like they would turn?
George, you look down there and kind of look at it and feel around, and you actually do think they could turn. You kind of put your hands on it, and you feel like not a whole lot of resistance there.
A well-oiled machine.
Mhm. Well, this obviously needs to face towards the other guy. Anybody with feng shui would know that. And then, where did you say the key was tied?
There's a
around?
key tied
legs?
around the statue in the pit.
Oh, okay. Well, George is gonna be playing around. He's just gonna start, turning the plinth.
Well, tell me exactly how you're going to turn it.
Counterclockwise. Oh well, is the statue guy facing north, up, or which way is he facing?
I
can't
believe
tell.
they
Sure.
are. You know what? I think they might supposed to be facing each other. I'm going to put them on the map wrong.
Oh, they're already facing each other.
Yeah, sorry. They're both facing each other. Yeah, that's my bad.
Hmm.
They
Well, in
are.
that case, George sees nothing wrong with it.
They're facing each other. One of them has their hand with a finger pointed up, and the other one has his palm facing inward toward themselves.
The clue is right. The gods.
Is there anything else in the pyramid? Nope.
I think that's everything. Oh, there's a door. Sorry, there's a door to the north and a hallway to the west. I think that's about it.
Can I listen at the door?
Yep. You don't seem like you hear anything on the other side.
Okay.
You definitely don't think you hear anything on the other side. Yeah. You know what? You with that 20, you think you hear the sound of a giant frog on the other side, just chilling.
Oh.
Man.
That's-
All right.
hang it
I
out.
open the door.
All right.
Do I see Theron through my eye? Opening the door.
Yeah, you do. Your heads up display. Yep. So Theron, you see this oddly cylindrical drum-shaped room that appears to not be doing anything at the moment. But a giant frog is just sitting there with Mannix's remote eye in its mouth.
All right, Mannix, you can retrieve your eye.
Okay. My eye frog.
What do you guys think? You guys think we should point these statues up? George doesn't wait for an answer. He starts turning the statue
All right.
clockwise, so
Mhm.
it's facing north.
Okay. This one?
The one he's next to.
Okay. George, you rotate it. And as you rotate it to the right, you feel like similar to the iron, the deadly garage door in the tunnel, that it wants to be facing towards the pit. So you feel, I'm not going to make you roll a check or anything, but it feels like it's like on a spring-loaded mechanism, basically. But as you turn it, you kind of hear a click sound as you do turn it. Let's see if it's just if it faces north. Is that 90 degrees? Yeah.
It's 90 degrees.
Yeah. So you do it full 90 degrees and it stops there, and you hear a click, and then you hear a popping sound. And Celeste, you feel the air whoosh right next to you on where this plinth is, but you don't see anything else happen. And then George, as soon as that happens, it snaps back to facing the other statue.
And was that just a
At the
quick
same
burst
time.
of air or a continuous burst of air?
It was like a one-time, like popping burst of air thing that happened, and it seemed to be. And Celeste, you can definitely tell, localized entirely on the empty plinth.
So it just went like.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounded like there was like a
Right there.
rush of air, and you don't really see, as if somebody like opened a door or something.
Interesting. Hey, Theron, does your statue over there turn too?
Probably.
Let's
I'd
turn
say
them
let's
both.
throw our least favorite party member on that place where the air whooshed out, and then turn our statues at the same time.
You want Celeste to stand on the plinth?
I said our least favorite party member. You know who that is. Oh man.
I'm casting a spell. Leave me out of this.
All right.
Borrow your
let's turn it-
frog.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can have the frog stand on the plane. That's
Well, we
fine.
love the frog.
Frog is at least above you.
All right. Let's turn the statues at the same time. I'm going to turn mine counterclockwise, 90 degrees.
All right, George will turn his clockwise 90 degrees.
Okay. Nobody's on the plinth right now, right?
With
Yeah,
the frog stand on it, the frog could.
But do you want it to? You're
Sure.
in control of the frog.
Well, I could tell it to if they want. Yeah. Does it look like that statue could be put on the plinth? The clay statue?
I mean, you can try and investigate it or go down there. But I mean, it looks about the same size as the other statues. It looks heavy.
Which is like 8 or 9
okay.
feet tall, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not a statuette. It is
All
a
right.
full statue.
Gotcha.
Bigger than
Okay.
the average person.
Yeah, sure. I'll have the frog. I'll instruct the frog to go stand on the plinth.
Okay.
Might end badly for you, frog, but I'll enjoy it.
All right, let's turn it.
Okay, so you guys try and time it exactly right. Weird.
1.
Turn your statues. Okay. Two things happen.
So really on 4.
Okay. So the statues get turned, and George, you're a little stronger, so you get yours just off a little bit faster, but they're both basically simultaneously. But the first thing you see is the frog disappears in a popping sound, and then appears down like in a corner of the pit, unharmed. And then Theron, yours clicks into place, and that the statue disappears and appears. So I'm having to move things around on top of this plinth, and then said statue with the key around its neck immediately springs to life, and I need all of you to roll initiative.
Perfect. Puzzle solved.
Wand of wonder.
The Heisman.
How long have I been casting my ritual spell? Because I don't want to. I'm busy.
You are
9.5
kind of busy.
minutes.
I mean, you could stop casting if you wanted to, or you could keep casting.
I'll join them. I had a different idea anyway.
And Celeste rolled higher than my crit.
Wow. She does have like a 23 dexterity.
That's true.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and the frog is down there in a 15-foot pit now, so I mean, you could control him, but he's kind of in a weird spot. You did not expect this thing to spring to life, though, so it is going to get a surprise round here.
Few people rolled higher than you, George.
Damn.
Holy crap. These initiative rolls, dear lord.
Yeah.
Actually, dust off the old battle music. All right, Celeste, you are the closest.
Mm-hmm.
First thing it's going to do is it seems to whirl in place. I don't even know why this is how to describe this, but like chunks of it sort of move around like veins on its body, and seems to make it rapidly go faster. Cast haste on itself. Super fast clay, as clay does. And then it will attempt to punch-size you with a slamming clay fist. How does a 25 do for you?
Does that?
Oh. How about 20 bludgeoning damage?
Ow!
Mac.
I will uncanny dodge some of that shit.
I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw also.
Oh. It says anything about a Constitution saving throw. Because I flicked you off, isn't it?
How dare you. Ooh, you withstood. Its fists feel like they're exceptionally damaging, but you are able to withstand any worse effects. One more slam. Oh, a 13.
No.
It's terrible. However, it
Head
well,
performance anxiety
well
the
hasted,
second time.
it can use its slam attack as a bonus action. So it's going to get off one more slam attack. 26 for 25. That is
my
max damage right
God.
there.
Yeah, 2 10s. Yikes.
2 10s. And I need another con save, please.
Okay.
Wow, look at these cons. Oh, you are pretty good at con, that's true. All right.
Dex is better.
Dex is better. That's frightening. Do I need to reorder this? Where's everybody at? I rolled a 15, and I am almost last. One of my best initiative rolls ever. Colette, 3 people are above 20. Colette. That's insane. This thing is an 8-foot tall clay statue that is currently has a blurring hasted effect on it.
So I'm gonna take. I'm gonna use my.
Do it like that symbol.
Oh god, I'm so torn. Do I stab it or do I use the Wand of Wonder? Because I want to use it so bad.
You've been waiting to use it for so long. You might as well use it once.
I am. Yep, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna point the Wand of Wonder at it and I'm gonna shoot it with the Wand of Wonder.
Are you bonus action disengaging?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Gotta say that shit. Or the clay golem will slam you again. Alright, show me the wand. Show me the wand. Did not prep for this at all.
I cast Lightning Bolt.
There you go.
Oh boy.
No one between.
Tell me what
There's
I
no
roll
one in a
for
straight
damage.
line between you
That would
and
have
the
been
goal,
really
right?
interesting, yeah. If there was anybody on the other side of you, they would have gotten a lightning bolt right in the face.
Yeah.
You point that wand of wonder and
I
a
think the
bolt.
frog's down there.
A bolt of lightning comes firing into the golem. Is there any way you can pull up? What is it even used for DC for that?
That's a good question. Does not
Because it would
say.
be probably your spellcasting one, but you're not a spellcaster.
It's 8d6, and then they get to make it safe. I don't know what the save is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, these kinds of items have either a setup, like a standard thing.
Yeah.
but-
Does this one have that on there?
The creature in line must make a dexterity saving throw.
Right. I just need to know how to find that number. Oh, it says the spell
Yeah,
save
I
is
looked
DC
at-
15. It just says that.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
okay.
So dexterity saving throw. Let's do our hidden save. Dex. It's not very dexy. DC 15. It does not succeed.
Oh.
So it's going to take the
So
full
it's gonna take full damage.
full damage, indeed.
8d6, right? Is 8d6?
I didn't look it up.
What?
Ah!
Yes, it's 8d6.
I just watched a spider come down right in front of me on a web. Get out of here. Fucking.
Put it in the toad tank.
Well, no, I had to
And
kill it in a panic. It
eat
was very,
31
very
points of
tiny, or you would have
damage.
seen me scream and run off. 31 damage as a bolt of lightning goes flying through the kind of golem that is not immune from lightning. Thankfully for you. But I have a
I'd only gotten the 47. I would have gotten the oversized cloud of butterflies.
Oh, there's no lightning. That's weird. There's a holy. Maybe holy would work.
Take that.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. That's the wrong one. All right. Do you want to move anywhere else? I'm just playing with spell effects now.
No, I'm good. Now that it just looks like he has a fiery fart.
That does look weird. Okay. Gillian, there, and I presume you're controlling Gillian.
I'll never forget this. So fairy fire. That you just like cast it at a point from 60 up to 60 feet away, and then it creates the cube. So the center of the cube it's got like a 10-foot radius more or less.
All of that sounds right. We just lost Chris.
All right, I'm gonna cast at the far wall then, so it only hits the golem, no one else. Uh-oh. Oh wait.
Oh, okay. You're trying to aim it, yeah. For the fairy fire, which is another dex save. What's Gillian's dex? DC.
15.
15?
Yep.
All right, it is lit up. Oh, I forgot it has advantage. Shit. With its haste. Let's give it one more save.
Or not.
Yeah.
You had your chance to remember.
Well, I didn't remember on the other one. Nope, still bad. Not very good at it.
Okay. She doesn't have any bonus action with her weapons. Unless she's attacked, right?
I think so. Yeah, because if you want to do offhand attack, you have to actually
Oh,
attack
yeah.
with your action. I think
All
healing
right.
word was the bonus action she had, but
Oh, right. She will do that on Coalesce.
Oh, thank God.
It's like a punching.
At
yeah. Technically, you can't cast 2 level 1 spells or above, but I think we've let that
Oh,
slide.
right.
I think we've let that slide with healing word, so that's fine.
okay. Cast at level 3.
12 begins.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Mr. George.
Did my statue click back into place like earlier? Or
Yes.
is it still facing up?
Yep, click back.
I have 2 viable options right now.
hmm
What would it take to turn my statue? Would you call it an action or a free action?
I would call this an action.
Hmm.
But you could do it without any kind of check. You just take your turn.
I just don't trust the DM.
It is currently still standing on that plinth. Because Coalesce was right next to it at the time of its turn.
Mm-hmm.
Turn
But can I trust the DM to be reliable?
No.
Go into the pit.
What'd you say?
Turn yours and make it go into the pit.
That's what I'm thinking, but
Hmm.
I don't know what the DM's thinking.
I can finally be free of that frog.
The frog face him.
All right, this might help George become wiser in the future, but he will turn the statue as his action.
Okay. You do that, and the golem immediately pops, disappears, and appears down in the pit. But it appears to be still animated because it stares over at the frog and sees that there's another occupant in the pit.
Sucka. I think that's all I could do because I didn't actually attack. So
Yeah.
It's kind of a boring round, but sometimes you gotta be boring in life to do great things.
Wait, isn't Chris's robot eyes down there with the frog?
Suppose.
Yeah.
Fire still in its mouth. So I'm seeing all of this in crystal clear detail.
Terrifying place to be. Yeah, you can see the chest. You see that golem like staring down. It is Theron's turn.
Man, do you think if I pull mine, it'll come back up, but inanimate again?
That's a good question. Let's
Pull
see.
up the frog.
I would hazard
Nope.
that if there's anyone around it, it's probably animated.
Wait,
Okay.
when I pulled mine, George yells out to Theron. When I pulled mine, the frog went down there, and the golem went down there. But when you pulled yours, the golem came up here and came to life. So, unless you really want to
Yeah.
fight him,
Nah, I don't think I chance it anyway. Especially with the Obalaka in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Oblak is probably like, shoot him while you're up here.
Yeah.
Get away from that statue.
You got the high ground.
I will cast Flaming Sphere. Next to the golem. Let's see. And as a bonus action, I'll ram it into the golem so you can take damage immediately.
Theron, you cast the spell, and the flaming spear. You point
Uh-oh.
your hand down into the pit, but the sphere appears right above the pit. And as you try to slam it down, it bounces off what you now see
Oh, no.
a shimmering force above the pit.
No! It's a cage match now. Your frog is definitely dead.
Frog versus golem. Okay, so to get this is like a logic problem.
That's right.
But I would guess the key is to the chest that's down there. Was the key still around his neck when he came to life? Like, was he just wearing it as a necklace?
Sure was.
Okay, so if we want to open that chest, we have to get the key off the golem, and then get the chest out. However we can do that. Pop someone in. I don't know. Can we exchange the golem for a person? No, that
How
wouldn't
we
work.
got the frog down there?
Right, that's how they forgot the frog down there. But then that person doesn't have the key.
I love these moments as a DM. Meanwhile, on the golem's turn, it turns to the frog. And does hit the frog.
Is the sphere
Frogs.
next to me?
AC is what?
Is the sphere in next to me?
No, it's. I mean, you were trying to slam it against the pit, so it is over the pit.
Okay. If it was in 5 feet, I was just going to dismiss it. That's all.
Okay. Now you can still have it up, but it's just hovering above the pit, and you just can't quite. There seems to be a literally force field on the top of this thing. I'm gonna have a lot of tokens overlapping themselves. Anyway, the golem absolutely smashes the frog to smithereens. So it turns into its statue. Your eye just kind of pops out and lays on the ground. And when that happens, you see the statue kind of look around, and then it kind of goes back into its like pose, and then de-animates. And I'm gonna pull you all out of combat.
Okay.
We gotta be fast.
We gotta be fast. We got,
I will say
gotta-
that now the golem can't surprise you with its animatedness.
yeah.
that cat's been out of the bag. Shockingly, it animates again.
We didn't see it coming.
That's right.
If you guys, oof. Okay.
It's all right,
If you
Mannix. I already got a plan.
Okay. Go ahead. Give your genius plan, George.
Theron will turn his statue. The golem will pop up. As Theron is turning his statue, Celeste will use her amazing acrobatics to jump up, grab the key from the golem, and as soon as that happens, I turn my statue and he pops back down.
Have the box out.
Well,
We're gonna have to exchange a person with the golem at that point, and then
Right.
while the rest of you are dealing with the golem, that person gets into the box.
yeah. See, now we got the key and the golem's down there. So now, Celeste, you
Leo.
stay on the plinth, and then I'll turn my statue slightly faster than Theron does.
You hear an
Otherwise,
oof,
it might get crushed.
and Orvix is like, "Oh, there you all are."
What the?
God damn it.
Oh right.
Orvix,
guys.
come here. We got a job for you. We need you to stand over here.
I don't think I'd like to do that.
You don't have a choice.
One thing we haven't figured out though is whether we will actually pop back up here like the golem.
Yeah, we haven't gotten the frog out.
Right. We haven't proven that.
Well, can we just turn yours then and see who pops out? Like, did you
Ooh.
turn yours to pop him back in? Or
Yeah, because your
I
guys'
turned mine to
statues
pop 'em
both
in.
did a thing, and it was two different things.
Yeah.
Presumably.
so
The
yours
golem
popped
and
him
the
in
frog.
and Theron's popped him out.
Mhm.
So if you turned yours to pop the golem back in, Theron would then, in theory, turn his to pop the frog back out.
One's an in, one's an out.
But we don't know if it only controls the golem or everything inside.
That's a good point.
Oh, we can find out real fast.
Well,
Just be quick on the
somebody-
uptake.
Yeah, somebody turned one of them, and well, that was just a puff of air, so it could have been sending something inside the cube. Yeah.
Yeah, someone's got to be standing on the plinth for it to work. Well,
That's the big
either that or
difference.
it's still waiting for the system to complete. So it's still waiting for Theron's to turn to finish the cycle.
Mm.
Since he said George spun his a little bit faster than Theron did at the beginning, I would think that it would have to complete a cycle.
Maybe.
Well, let's get the key first.
Yeah. One problem at a time.
I'm afraid
I can just-
might
I
have
can
to be
just-
the one to volunteer.
I can just mage hand it. If you guys can get him in here, I can just lift it off.
It's true. So yeah. So Theron will turn his first. The golem will pop up. Mannix will cast Mage Hand. And as soon as the key is off the golem, I'll turn mine to pop it back in.
Plan to me. What could go wrong? We could have totally misunderstood this whole situation, but I don't think so.
Confidence is half the plan.
Right. I don't know if you want to be standing right there, though, Celeste. The golem did bash you pretty
It
hard.
did
last
not go well for me last
time.
time. though.
Yeah.
Move up over here.
I just want to be as far away from that spot as possible.
So let's do it.
I, in fact, which I don't know how much this is edging into unofficial surprising action, but prepare an action to mage hand the key off as soon as the golem pops into
You
that
give
spot.
me like an if-then thing. I think you can ready in action. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As soon as the golem appears in that plinth, I will just mage hand the key right off of his body and fling it towards myself.
Okay. I mean, you can
And
even have the
George
mage hand
will
like
turn his
summoned and
statue.
kind of in that spot too.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Go ahead, George.
I was gonna say, and then George will turn his statue to pop the golem back down.
Okay, you want to have
As soon
that
as you see that
prepped?
happen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you guys gonna start it?
Theron turns his.
I saw the words. You're muted, but I saw the words.
Discord
I
is cutting
turned
people
mine.
out a lot. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh no! Theron turns his. Golem pops up. Mannix's mage hand grabs the key, and then George
Yep.
turns his statue.
You guys pretty much see that whole thing unfold. Theron rotates his statue to where you hear that clicking sound. The golem appears in the plinth immediately during what would essentially be y'all's surprise round now. Mannix, you lift off the key with your mage hand, little silver key, and then George, you quickly turn yours like as you see it like beginning to animate, and as you turn yours, it immediately pops back down into the pit. So now you possess the key around its necklace. Little.
Now what?
Yep.
When's the last time we long? When's the last time we long rested? I don't remember.
Not very long ago. We're all almost dead.
We
Long-
did recently long rest.
You long rested. Let's see. You short rested last to do after doing last session. You long rested in the slod room before. And then
I think that was our first long rest in the dungeon. I
Mhm.
believe.
yes, I think that's right.
Yeah, it was.
Okay. I think I have to be the one on the thing.
To be teleported.
Yeah. Someone else has to turn this one.
All right. Well, while you're down there, you better don't forget to grab my frog and grab my eyeball.
Is this Papazodal talking, or is this just Mannix talking now? It's just bossing around.
Both.
Yeah.
Those things are mine. That frog and that eyeball.
So let me see. I'll take the key from you.
You just got to go as fast as you can. Unlock the chest. Get whatever you need to get out of the chest. Grab the frog. Grab the eye. And then when we see that happen, we will turn the thing back again to zap the golem back. Switch you guys back.
Try not to die while the golem gets attacks on us.
Exactly. Worst case scenario, the golem steps off the plinth and we can pop you back, but then we have to kill the golem.
I'm gonna
The
have
golem-
my wand of wonder ready.
The golem is still animated.
He
The
will
golem's
be.
a
I
statue
assume he
right
will
now.
be when he.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
statue
assume
form
as
right
soon
now.
as he's out, he will be.
Oh. So if I pop down there,
The golem comes back up.
Yeah.
No,
If you
no.
pop down there, he'll do to you what he did to my frog.
Well, no, the golem's gonna come back up here. They're gonna change places.
Oh right, yeah.
is that what happened though? I thought when I turned
Oh
the
no,
right-
because you turned yours and the frog popped before.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the golem's gonna come to life and pop you one.
Just gotta do it at the same time.
But he didn't come to life until he popped up here.
Well, I think it has to do with proximity because
Yeah,
even when he
it's just-
popped back down, the frog was still there, so he smashed the frog and then went back to being stone again.
I think it's just. Does he have a target basically?
I wonder if the golem relies on sight.
Probably.
Somebody do a history check. Nice kid.
Yeah, I mean, we can see what we know about golems. What are the rolls for constructs?
1 second. It is a Arcana check.
I mean, this isn't a real golem.
It's I mean, it's a clay statue that came to life. That's the definition of a golem.
Let's see. A bit of background info. General strength versus party. Obviously, you saw it attack. It seems pretty strong. Yeah, clay golems are constructs, so they have the usual construct immunities, like they can't be frightened or poisoned or charmed. Also, constructs tend to have immutable forms, so they can't be shape changed or petrified or paralyzed. and you would know that. So you don't know resistances and weaknesses, but you've already seen its attacks. Like it's got its giant fist attack. It can somehow haste itself, and it seems pretty strong.
Actually,
Right.
I got a way that I might be able to keep it busy for a little while you do your thing, George. I need somebody else to turn the Celeste, can you turn the statue?
Can do that.
Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep Phantasmal Force. I assume a construct does not have very high intelligence. And I'm going to project an image.
It just
of...
says the spell has no effect on undead or constructs.
Oh, it does? Where does it say that?
I was just explaining to you how it's
the
immune to
first-
all the mind shit.
Oh, yeah. Shit. Okay, never
All
mind.
right, George says, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to turn invisible and go down there. Plan A, he doesn't react because I'm invisible. I'll just take the contents of the chest and we'll all pop back up together.
Okay.
Plan B, he comes alive while I'm down there and you still bring him up here.
All right, that's a good gamble. That he won't see you while you're invisible.
And either I'll come
I
up with
have
him
a little
or I'll stay
question.
down there and I'll just take the contents of the chest. Y'all keep them on.
Then how do you get back out?
That's a good question.
We turn the thing again, right?
But your frog didn't pop back out.
Right.
Well, we didn't turn it. The frog just died. The frog died, and we haven't turned it again since the frog died, or since the frog went down there. I mean,
So why don't we turn Theron's thing and prove that the frog comes back up before sitting George in without a way to get him back out?
Because the statue will come up too.
do we
Will
know
it? Do we know that?
that? I feel like we actually don't understand
We
this
start
at
real
all.
fast and prep both.
That's true. We'll just pop it back up and down. All right.
All right,
Wait,
test
what
right hand side first.
Well, we
The
know the
right
right hand
hand-
side will make it pop down.
That's the pop down. The left
Okay.
is the pop up.
This is like
So we-
Mythbusters D&D edition or something.
Yeah.
All these experiments.
Oh, we're gonna. If
Okay,
Theron
so
turns
we
his
wanna
right now, the golem will just come back up.
But wouldn't it be the frog that came back up?
The frog's inanimate now.
Yeah, it's just a statue.
So is the golem.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. What gets teleported out? I don't know how it chooses what gets teleported out.
I'm
Maybe it's a
wondering
certain-
if it's a pattern. So the frog went down, the golem came up. The golem went down. In theory, the frog should come back up. 1 for 1.
Maybe I was thinking it was location based. Like the top right hand side of the pit is where the frog got teleported to.
But then the golem would have been
to me,
teleported
1
to the
for
top
1
right.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're thinking if Theron turns his, either the frog statue or nothing will come back up.
Well, it's going to be the frog or the golem, one way or the other. To me, it makes sense for it to be 1 for 1. We popped the frog, the golem came up when Theron turned his. We turned yours, golem went back down.
Hmm.
In theory,
Well-
when we turn Theron's, the frog should come back up.
Yeah. Let's test it. Let's just see if that happens.
George will be ready also in case the golem does pop
I
up.
think your
We'll just
mic's
again.
messing up, Reese. I heard you say something. Say something.
I turn the statue.
Move your mic closer to the. It's like I don't know. It sounds like your mic's shorting out or something.
Is this better?
That's better.
All right, you
You
flip.
have to hear the dulcet tones.
Theron, you turn your statue. Mannix, roll me a 1d20 straight up. All right. Theron, you turn the statue, and the inanimate golem statue appears on the plinth and begins to animate. But I believe, George, you said you had it ready to turn your
Mhm.
statue. Okay. You turn yours, and you hear that popping sound on the plinth, and then the golem statue is teleported back into the pit where it.
So there's no
deanimates.
way to get anybody out of there without having the golem be dead at this point then.
Well, we can switch them, right?
But how are you going to get back out? You can't get out of the pit. There's a force field.
I'm saying that I think if Chris rolled better than the golem, he would have gone out.
Yeah.
Would have come out.
Reese, I think your mic is going out or something's happening. Sounds real weird.
I did kind of understand you, but
It sounds muffled.
What did he say then?
he said he suspects that if I had rolled better than the golem, the frog would have popped out.
Yeah. Is this any better?
That's much better.
Okay. So that was the noise suppression thing on Discord.
Oh, really?
I had that clicked on.
You mumbled
was
so much that they thought your noise.
Reese's voice is
Suppress
noise.
that voice.
Here's why I have to go. I have the cape that I can pop right back out.
Oh, okay. If you have to,
Can-
yeah.
Because
What?
Theron's little fire orb couldn't even get in.
Oh, that's a good point.
Can-
Well,
The cape isn't even. It's not a 1-to-1. We've seen him teleport through an entire dungeon with that cape. It's not a line of sight thing, and it's not like a barrier thing.
yeah, his fire couldn't go
Hope not.
through it. I'm just like
You're
reappearing.
literally existing somewhere else.
Alright.
He actually
He's
dies
smart.
in one area and is reborn in another.
That's right. It's a Star Trek teleporter. It's a different George.
It's a different, yeah. He clones himself every time, and the original just dies. There's an oubliette somewhere with just stacks of George corpses. It's the end of the Prestige. Spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers for the Prestige.
Spoilers for the Prestige.
I never saw that movie, so
Piles of Georges in a field.
I've heard you guys talk about it before.
Yeah.
How old is that movie?
Very old.
Yeah.
10 years at least.
Oh god, I think it was early 2000s.
Yeah.
Or Plan D, we just wail on the golem. And
We actually beat the golem.
I'd rather not do that.
You guys have been working so hard on trying to do anything but fighting this golem.
Fight
I
this
would
golem.
feel pretty sad for all of you if that was the outcome.
At the end of it, it's like,
At the
well,
end
I
of
guess we fight
the
the golem.
insane spreadsheet of like hypotheses, are like, fuck it, we're just gonna fight this thing.
We're gonna fight.
All right. We just need 2 people manning the statues. Just gotta be extra fast.
Exactly.
all
Yeah.
right, George says, "Give me the key."
Okay, I give him the key. Yes.
Takes the key, turns invisible before he goes down there, using Moa's power.
Okay. At will invisibility.
I will, just for the sake of buying a smidgen of time, I will create a minor illusion standing next to this plinth of one of us, George, just standing there with weapons ready,
Okay.
so that if the golem does get a turn, maybe he'll try to wail on that for a second before he comes at us.
All right. Who wants to turn what statue?
As
Okay.
soon as I see the golem, the wand of wonder is going to point and shoot at him.
Great, turn us all into flowers or something.
That's right.
It's all planned. This goes to shit because we're something random. A rhinoceros is standing in the room on the top of one of the statues now.
I would like to remind you what my flaw is if there is a plan, I'll forget it. and
That's
if I don't
true.
forget it,
That's-
I'll look at
That's
it.
very
That's
This
true.
is the definition of a plan.
Everybody playing, and then rhinoceros.
Or a rat. It could be a rat.
Could be a
Yeah.
rat.
All right.
Mannix. George voice tells Mannix, "I'm ready."
Good luck, George. He'll turn the statue.
All right. You turn the right statue, and you hear the popping sound. George, you are teleported down right next to the golem, but it appears to stay inanimate as you are invisible down there next to the chest and next to the frog statuette.
So the party sees the frog statue disappear. He sees the eyeball disappear,
Mhm.
and then Am I where the keyhole is, or where's the keyhole?
You can get to it. Yeah. Sorry, the golem is whoever designed this room didn't anticipate the 10 by 10 foot creature token in it. But yes, there's a chest down there you can access.
He opens the chest.
You know what? I could put
Everyone sees what's inside.
the statue back if that makes you feel better. All right. Inside of the chest, George, you see 2 1-inch diameter crystal eyes. One a pale green and the other is pink.
Needed these.
That's it.
That's all you
Spent
see.
a lot of time on.
I will add
Sure.
them to your quest log.
No magical
Check,
swords.
A flaming skull instead.
That's right.
Good point.
It's your buddy again. What was
Inside is
his
a
name?
flaming skull.
Jacko or I forget.
Jacko the flaming skull.
what was the skull's name?
What?
Skull's name was Jack Off.
No, Yaka. Oh, the golden skull.
Yaka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacko.
Jacko.
All right. You see the 2 eyes disappear, and then while still invisible, George does the cape. I don't know if this force will do anything, DM, but he is going to, if allowed, reappear right next to Mannix and turn visible again at the same time.
Yes, George. By using
Yeah,
all of your
yeah.
things, you can use your teleporting cape, and sure enough, you are able to teleport out of there.
And he looks at Mannix and says, "Boo!"
Ah! Golem, die.
Well done, use of the items. Let's take a break
All right.
for 10 minutes, and we will come back. Excellent job.
I feel better that we had to do that.
Yeah, you got the crystals out.
It was just gold. We're all just like, great. Throw in the pile.
Yeah. right, we are coming back from our break. Webcams will be slightly messed up until some folks are coming back. So you've got the crystal eyes from the treasure chest, and you did it all without mainly fighting the golem.
It's taking a couple hits.
Took a couple hits, yeah. Took a lot of planning, but
That's right.
it was worth it.
All right, let's fight the golem.
That's right. Yep. One could say it took as long to plan as it would have taken to fight the golem.
It hurt less though.
Yeah, you
It
expended
did
a
hurt
lot less,
less.
a lot fewer.
Yeah. That's very true.
But yeah, George is like, "You're right there, and I am up for the challenge."
Let's prove ourselves.
Wait, what challenge?
You wanted to fight the golem, didn't you?
I didn't want to fight the golem.
Oh, Olaka's very
Kidding?
much against that, yeah. How long
I
does
just want
your,
to get out of here.
how long does your flame sphere last?
I don't know. I get out of existence.
Yeah, so from here, you've already
Mike-
seen what the north door is, and then there's a corridor to your west. And obviously, you guys came from the east.
1 minute.
When my owl, when I was in the head of my owl and it got knocked out by the wind, could I tell in that moment whether that it was like the sound of what the owl was hearing that screwed it up?
That's what it seemed like to you. yeah.
Kind of. Okay. All right.
The wind seemed to do something to it mentally with, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try something then. I say, guys, this is gonna seem weird at first, but I'm not gonna be able to hear you for a while. And he's gonna turn and start walking towards the.
Is this
that
different
room.
from how he usually operates?
Actually work? Oh, there we go. I'm gonna cast blindness, deafness on myself, and I'm going to deafen myself.
Okay. For 1 minute, you are deafened.
That's right. I'm gonna head down here. Can I feel the wind at this point?
You definitely
You
feel
hear
the
nothing.
wind. Yeah, the wind is on you. So a few things that I have to explain that George did not see because he doesn't have that much vision. So Mannix, you see the wind. You also see bobbing in amidst the chasm at about the same level as your balcony is a 10-foot circular wooden platform.
Oh,
Appears to be just kind of bobbing as if it were on like some water or something. You can-
oh, it's a Sonic the Hedgehog level. The air is holding the platform up.
And then and you're
Perhaps.
deaf, so you can feel the wind, but you can't hear anything. So you're not getting
Yeah.
any of the effects. On the other side of this balcony, because it is lit by a torch, so you can see across. You can see the other balcony, right, with the weird-looking statue and everything?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I sure can. Yeah.
The statue's clenched fists are now open, and you can see glinting what look like little gems in either now open palmed hand.
Okay. Does this gap between the current where I'm at and this other platform look like a gap I could make without a check?
Depends on
Or
your.
would this be?
Well, if you look at the jump rules, depends on your strength score, right?
Oh yeah. What are the jump rules? That's a good question.
It is 15 feet from the balcony.
Okay. I'm not the best person for this job, but I'm the one who cast Death on myself. A long jump. When you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. I don't think my strength score is a 15. My strength score is a 10.
So
So I would need
it would
to
require a check at that point, and it would be
Oof.
that would be beyond your normal capabilities.
All right, well, I already used the spell slot on myself. So.
What do you need?
I'm gonna have to make a series of what is it, athletics checks? Athletics checks. Because I'm deaf, so I can jump from these platforms, but my normal leaping speed is not good enough to get me from one side to the other.
Leaping speed.
What does Papa Zoro tell you to do?
Zolo's commanding others to do it for you.
Well, but Papa wouldn't want to waste my spell slots. They're my spell slots. Well, you know what Papa Zotto will what I'll do as part of that. He'll turn back and he'll yell at Gillian, Gillian, that make you better at jumping thing you did earlier. Do that on me right
now. Gillian pretends like she doesn't hear you.
I'm not can't hear her.
Can't hear anything.
You did not ask her in a polite fashion.
General play. How dare you speak to me like this?
Papa Zotto's voice doesn't ask.
They didn't use her
anything.
voice.
No, he didn't.
Last time she did hear me do that.
Here's how it should play out. Mannix is like waiting. It's like, well, and then Gillian just kind of like brushes them off, and Mannix takes that as a sign that she already cast the spell.
I feel stronger already.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's how Gillian would dismiss me to go ahead. Let's do it.
Well, here's the thing too. I don't know how deep this hole is, but I literally cannot take damage from falling. So I feel like Papa Zotto's not terribly afraid of this either.
Is that part of the Papa Zotto ability?
You want to see Papa's power?
Papa's power.
Huh.
Can't be surprised.
Oh, you can't be surprised. So you would have been able to go in that. After
oh,
we didn't
you're
look
right.
At that.
I forgot about that.
You rolled lower than the
forgot.
Golem, as I recall. So Golem still would have gone first, but you would have been able to go, and then
Yeah.
I think everybody else. Interesting. Never take damage from falling. You kind of are the best person for this. Except I think he
is frozen.
Yeah. It's always like when it's something
look too.
he's doing too. He's having some connection issues tonight.
So pensive. Like,
All right. While we're waiting on Chris, what do the rest of you want to do?
I will very timidly walk through this hallway to see what's around the corner.
So timidly, carefully avoiding all the purple patches and mold.
Of course. We're watching George die.
Celeste is gonna try to test the force field to see if she can stand on it.
Okay, yeah, you do stand on it. Yeah, it's like walking on. It's a really weird sensation. Theron, at the end of the corridor, which turns to the north, is a large stone door with a head-sized closed eye set in the middle, and surrounding this closed eye are 10 tiny circular indentations. You recall this is the drawing of the door that you saw in Withers' office, and they are all little crystal eye shapes.
Have we found all the eyes on this floor?
You
I
have
don't think so.
You have found 7 so far, according to my notes, and there are 10 indentations on this door.
Okay, but we found eyes on the previous floor too, right?
Those were that's a different quest, actually. Those were the skeleton keys. This one has
Okay.
only looks like it's only been on level 3.
Gotcha.
And you wouldn't technically know this yet, but Mannix does see what looks like 2 crystal eyes on the other side of this chasm.
Alright. Well, here's the door. Back the way we came. Don't know what
I'm gonna-
Max is doing.
Push past Orvix and see what's in this room.
Chris is actually
It's the other entrance.
it's
from the crawl space.
Yep.
Should be like a hole in the ceiling.
Yeah.
yes, there is about 15 feet up. Yep. Chris is actually texting to.
That's not a good sign.
No, it's not. There he is.
Oh wait. It's a nothing sign.
My back.
Hello. So Theron
Hello.
went down the western hallway and saw the eye door with the 10 indentations around it.
Oh, okay. That's where
Pronounced
the
door.
door is. Okay.
But we have 7, and you see 2 in that statue.
Okay. And there is one room we have not gone. We haven't gone back to the like top west.
Mhm.
There's that hallway that we just ended up running away from because
Yeah, you ran after the skull. Yeah, there were some areas over there.
Okay.
All right. I will start doing some jumping. What do I need to roll?
It's gonna have to be an
Closed.
athletics check, boss, because you don't normally have this much jumping capabilities. You're gonna have
Right,
to
I was
exert
trying to
yourself
see
with
what-
some athletics.
Waiting for the movement rolls to load so I can see what I have to roll. Roll assumes the height. There's the jump across a stream or chasm. At your DM's option, you must succeed on DC 10 strength check to clear a little obstacle. It doesn't actually say what you have to do to get more, like what you have to roll to get a higher jump.
Further distance.
Distance. Yeah, it doesn't say.
What's your strength score normally? Or what is it?
It's a 10, straight 10 plus 0.
So normally you can jump 10 feet. So you have
Yes.
you're gonna try to jump an additional 50% on your jump.
It'll be at 15.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's gonna be a 15 to jump.
Ah,
15
That's not
feet.
great.
Gillian is going to
That's-
watch you from the top of the stairs.
I almost kind of just want to jump to the bottom at this point and just figure out what to do from there. But I'll give it a shot and see what happens before I fall.
What?
That kind
You
of
should be
confidence.
stuck down there then, right?
Well, no, I do have the way I have of getting out is turning into a gaseous cloud and just
Okay.
floating out of there.
We're all just sitting on the steps watching.
Mhm.
Yeah, I suppose I could have wasted another spell slot to. Well,
I'll
you know
exchange
what?
Gold
Mm-hmm.
for bets.
I could
Oh,
instead of having to waste a level 3 spell slot to turn into a gaseous cloud, I could instead use another level 2 spell slot to give one of you guys deafness, so you could make these jumps.
I have a strength score of 12.
Well, that's not going to help us here.
Better than yours.
It is.
I only have to go an extra 3 feet.
Does anybody have a 15? Just a straight 15 strength? George, what's your strength?
We all know you guys are
Refuse to
shitty
believe.
at strength. We figured this out before.
Orvex just rips his shirt off.
No, he rips his pants off and there's like bike shorts underneath and really thick muscular thighs. Finally, it's my time to shine.
He's got his little fanny pack engineering guide.
I was on the Red Wizard basketball team.
Assuming you ask George, he has to
Yeah.
tell the truth, and it's 18.
All right, George.
He has to tell the truth.
Wait,
I could make
George
this
has
jump
to-
easy.
George goes, it's an 18.
Yeah, my strength score.
Bannock says, thanks.
Thanks. All right, yeah. Instead of wasting, because here's the problem, I got one level 3 spell slot left. So if I turn into if I fall somewhere on the way to the other side, turn into a gas cloud to get to the other side, then I have to make it back. I don't have another spell slot to turn into a gas cloud. So instead, hey George, I'm gonna turn you deaf for a second.
Could we tie a rope around him in case he falls?
Well, you literally with an 18, you literally don't even have to make a check, right?
Oh.
I just have to run
That's
10 feet.
true. You're not. I will say you're not sure what happens when somebody lands on a platform that's hovering in the middle of darkness. I'm just throwing it out there for George's sake. It's like
It's like American Ninja Warrior shit down, right? You're fine.
You're fine.
Start to fall. Can he even hold his weight?
That's a good question.
We'll find out soon. Manic doesn't seem to care.
No, he doesn't. These are all operative questions to be asking. You all spent so long deducing the puzzle of the previous room, and this one they're like, George, just start jumping, man. You'll be fine.
Just start jumping off the platforms.
And by the
We've
way,
done the hard puzzle already.
we won't be able to holler any dangers at you because you'll be deafened also.
You'll be unable to communicate.
He also can only see 30 feet around him. Right. So
he's not going to see the next platform until he's standing on the platform before it. So it's like a platforming level where you only get to see half the screen.
This plan has, you know what? It's a great plan. It's a great plan.
Could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're back to I need someone to.
Wait, can we tie the end of the rope around one of the statues? That'll help hold some of his weight.
Yeah, we could, or I mean, this is a balcony. We can just tie it around the balcony struts here, or whatever they're called.
I thought we couldn't go on the balcony without hearing the crazy wind.
Oh well, you can't. But I'm out here, deafened. So
you guys are having to communicate with thieves' cant to Mannix right now.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
or I could just be messaging people, I suppose.
Oh yeah, finger guns.
That's mind communication.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could tie a rope to George, just in case anything goes wrong. How do you feel about that, George?
It's a safety rope.
George checks in on Thaddeus. How's Thaddeus doing?
Thaddeus is. You guys were in that room for a while.
Yeah.
Thaddeus is okay. He's just smoking in your chest.
Shit, man.
George says, Thaddeus,
No.
I want you to get those gems on the other side. And then George holds Thaddeus up and points to his ears.
Oh, I suppose Thaddeus could do it. All right.
Why not?
Why not? Yeah, let's give it a shot. Something that can fly. Who would have thought?
Remind you of how
So yeah,
Alright.
if you make him
how sweet
let's-
dearest Thaddeus looks.
As I blow out his
Innocent,
eardrum.
sweet boy.
Wait, but doesn't he have a cigarette and
Yeah. His fur's all matted. Oh, George has never even bathed him, I don't think. He's just been living in his shell, which is a part of a turtle's body, so.
There's no room in there.
sharing
It's not-
the heat?
Yeah, his fur's all mottled and sweaty, but Thaddeus gets
He shakes and sweat drops.
pray
Wow.
for Mojo's.
Yeah.
The first time Thaddeus has been let out in a month, you made him
And
pull
we're
a
just putting him through
lever
the
and it
ringer.
made him go temporarily insane. And Thaddeus comes out, Mannix points a finger at him, and Thaddeus hears nothing ever again. Just looks really upset and worried.
George kind of thrusts him forward, and then Thaddeus realized, like, hey, he's not affected like he was the last time.
That's true. Doesn't hear. He can still feel the winds,
so-
but doesn't hear anything.
Mm-hmm. So he flies by Mannix. I imagine Mannix points him that way. And so,
What are you
Two
telling
eyeballs.
this trained monkey?
I just told Thaddeus, like, straight ahead, there should be a. Well, let's see. What did Mannix tell me?
But there's 2 glittering eyeballs on the other end of the
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, I do have Thieves' Cant as well, so I guess I could understand you. But yeah, so George pulls out one of the gems he has and tells Thaddeus that there's 2 of them straight on the other side, and to retrieve them, and he can sit on my shoulder for a bit instead of inside the shell.
Ooh,
What a reward.
an upgrade. Yeah. All right. Thaddeus flies across the screaming winds, but doesn't seem affected by it. And again, the wind doesn't seem to screw up the flight too much. Just kind of gives. In fact, it's a nice little updraft, so pretty calm flight over there. Thaddeus lands, very cautiously snatches the crystals. The statue does nothing. It's just a statue. Snatches those crystals. And George, you can't see any of this because it's well outside of your vision, but the rest of you can see.
Right.
And then Thaddeus flies on back and deposits the crystals to George.
George brushes
Very
it off a little spot on his shoulder and allows Thaddeus to perch there.
Excellent. I think we deserve to have
All right, that all that all needed to happen very quickly, and we need to get out because this only lasts for 1 minute.
a minute. Yeah. You deserve to have Thaddeus as a little icon right now.
That's
right.
Thank you.
Token. So yeah, you all acquire 2 more crystal eyes. These are white crystal and scarlet crystal. Both appear to be the exact same size as all the others.
All right.
Nice.
This is the part where Mannix tells us about that room.
The room that we didn't go in before because we chased the skull across the map.
There was a room? George said.
I think there were 2 rooms, unless one of them may have been the room we ended up
So
doing.
what you recall in that northwest section, there was a door, and then there was a hallway that looked like it was leading towards another of the tombs of the
Right.
trickster god tomb. So there were at least 2 rooms from what you could tell in that area.
We gotta go back to where we started on this level. Let's go.
Yeah, you've got this drum room had a hole about 15 feet up, which you all can surmise led back to that corridor. And then obviously there was the way you got in here, which was a convoluted snake bridge over the chasm into the crawl space.
Actually, let's say that instead of running out post haste, as soon as the monkey came back, I would have turned the wind off, flipped the lever,
Ah, okay.
so that we can get back.
Yeah, you do that, and the wind dies down, and the platform lowers,
Right.
and the statue hands close again.
Okay. So since we can't really get up, well, I mean, I guess we could try to climb.
If you want to do this, I mean, yeah.
Room.
Either way, there's not gonna be a check involved. You guys can climb up into the
Okay.
little hole, or you could do George's, because I think it's just an at will. You can just transform that staff into a snake whenever.
Ah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
His whole
Wow.
existence has been to turn into a bridge.
Right. All right. Well, let's head back that direction then.
All
Okay.
right.
Do you want me to montage you guys up there? If you just gather together, I can do that because
Sure.
you guys know the way back. George literally
would be easier, yeah.
jammed that like thing in there, so I could just drag everybody into that area rather than you guys having to do that. If you gather your party before venturing forth.
Is your frog still in the thing?
Oh yeah, George
No.
gives you back your frog
Yeah, you got
Thank you.
Yeah, you got
and
it.
your eye.
Yep. I saw the inside of your palm, George, in excruciating detail.
This may end up grabbing all of
You assume I had held it in my palm.
That's true. If you put it somewhere else, I saw that too.
I grabbed too many things.
You got to see Thaddeus's living quarters.
Not like it.
Thaddeus's living quarters. Okay, so you guys are now up here. You've gone all the way back around the grand staircase and ended up back in the original area where George went through the secret door down here and grabbed the golden skull, and you guys fought those chained tomb guardians. This is the area. And to the north, you see what looks like another one of those tombs of the trickster gods. And then to the west is a double door with leering and laughing skulls carved on the outside.
Well, hell no, I ain't getting near that.
Let's go take a look at this god room.
God room. A four-columned portico juts out from the far wall, beneath which is a stone sarcophagus resting in a wall recess. 4 ceramic frog masks hang in niches around the sarcophagus. Beneath the masks, humanoid bones are strewn across the floor. To the east, a large carving of a tentacled frog monster squats above a shrine. Offerings lie on a shelf before it. 4 rectangular frescoes adorn the adjacent walls. And all of your gods the ones of you are possessed, can confirm that this is the shrine of Kubazan, the massive froghemoth. And Theron, obviously, Obolaka is warning you against putting on any masks.
We should be putting these masks on.
All right, so if that last one was right the gods, which I assume it was because it's right-handed or something. This one should be the walls of history tell all.
You do see these frescoes
Yeah.
do seem to have murals with different images on them. And Mannix,
check
as you
those
walk
out.
in, Papazodal in your mind sneers. Says, Kubazan, my rival, foolish beast, wild and unpredictable, dangerous and foolish.
We should, I don't know, desecrate his tomb? What do you want to do? What do you want to do, boss?
Yeah, he just kind of sneers and says, ugh, never one to take orders.
Can't have one of those in our party.
That's right. The frescoes. They line the east wall of the tomb, 2 on each side. So I guess these rectangles represent 2 each of the frescoes. The first one you see depicts a frog-like behemoth using its tentacles to help the Omoan people knock down a mighty statue. In the foreground, an old woman wearing a frog mask tosses 5 coins from her hand as though sowing seeds. On the second fresco, a frog-like behemoth wraps its tentacles around a giant crocodile as Omoan hunters stab the crocodile with their spears. In the foreground, an old man wearing a frog mask holds a bug up to his open mouth.
Oh.
In the third fresco, a frog-like behemoth with 4 Omoan hunters riding on its back find a small boy in the jungle. The hunters seem elated. In the foreground, a young woman wearing a frog mask holds a knife in one hand and a headless chicken in the other. In the fourth and final fresco, a frog-like behemoth wallows in a shallow pool as Omoans offer it urns of food and treasure as tribute. Cracks in the fresco obscure the head of the human figure in the foreground, but you can see that it grasps a lit candle. And the wall shrine has several items, including a 6-inch tall stone statuette of what looks like Kubazan, a froghemoth. It has an inscription on its base written in Old Omoan. And Orvex excitedly runs up and looks over it. You also see a copper bowl containing bones, some dead bugs, a wax candle, and about 5 gold pieces.
Okay. So, presuming that the masked people in these frescoes are what we're supposed to do, the only one we're missing, we got a candle, someone holding a candle, we got throwing coins, eating bugs, and the other one was knife and holding a knife and a headless chicken. Was that what it was? Okay. Do we see anything like related to that on this little table of items?
The only one you could think of is a bowl which contains some bones in it. I'm not sure. Orvex does offer to translate the inscription on the statuette.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. This is all depicting different scenes of Kubazan helping the Omoans. This says, "Give thanks to me, as others have done since the dawn of time." I think you're right about performing the ritual.
All right. We need 4 volunteers. Who wants to put on a mask and do a thing? Orvex, come on, man.
Yeah, Orvex looks, oh, yeah, I'd like to.
You want to do the bug one? It's the gross one, but
What? Let's see, they're. Oh! What are they eating? Eating bugs? Oh, dear. Well. Yes, I suppose that was something the Omoans did do.
good. It's historical. You're enmeshing yourself in the culture of this place.
You're not. You want to be bossy. You want to boss his ass around.
That's true. I'm not talking anyone into anything.
Yeah, I, mean, I appreciate you're being nice to Orvex, but like Papa Zoldo's
Yeah.
like, command him.
Orvex, you're eating bugs. Get in line. It's only 2 volunteers.
Good, you can be one.
I was gonna be one.
Yeah, Manix
Start
1,
assigning masks.
Orvex 2.
Fine, I'll do it.
Get in here. Put a mask on.
Yeah, you see 4 ceramic frog masks hanging in spaces around the sarcophagus.
I'll put a mask on. I'll put mask number 3 on.
Okay. George, put a mask on. You're performing a ritual, an unholy ritual.
I feel like I've done enough today.
Fair.
But all right, which one? Which one am I doing?
Hold this candle. That's all you gotta do. Hold this candle and stand there.
You can do that.
Here?
Celeste, you've already got a knife, so maybe hold the bones and your knife,
Okay.
and I will
Come
take
here,
the
let me get
coins.
the bone from you.
I'll take the coins, and we'll put the masks on and do the things.
All right, everybody needs to explain exactly what you're doing. Orvex is obviously staring at the frescoes, being very attentive about all these things.
Aren't we just trying to mimic the frescoes as to our best of our ability?
Yeah, basically. What is the actual things that the frog masks are hanging on again?
The frog masks? Oh, just
Yeah.
little like hooks, I guess.
Oh, I mean, like what's
What are
going
you asking?
on over there? Like, are there gates? What is this happening over here?
Yeah. Like, where are the masks?
There's like
that
dotted
relate
lines.
to
I don't
Oh.
remember what's.
room?
Yeah.
There's not a good, clear understanding of where the masks are related to what's going on in the room, and
I think it's just a like a little overhang over this section. You can grab the masks without a problem. They're in these little indentation like alcoves.
Okay. Is it clear that where we need to be? Like, do we need to be standing in front of the thing? Maybe in front of the frescoes? I don't.
Orbex actually pipes up and he says, he points to the fact that these items that you found were all on the shrine, which is right here. So as you guys are picking out, they're all on the shrine already. So
Okay, so maybe we just need to offer these things to the shrine again
that's kind
as
of
frog people.
yeah.
With frog masks.
Sure, you've got your masks on. Everybody in the frescoes has a mask.
no one gets admitted to the orgy without a mask.
That's right.
punch Orvix in the nose for being his know-it-all.
But we all stand 6 feet apart.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not as much fun anymore.
Buffets aren't allowed.
Poor buffets. I already decided that buffets are going to be like non-security airports in 5 years. We're gonna
Yeah.
It's like, oh, buffets? That was a thing?
Mm-hmm. Lubies will finally be officially dead.
Right.
Or Luann
Okay.
and Platter.
Yeah, I will take the mask, take the coins. I will offer the coins to the shrine.
Okay. The same coins that were there
Oh.
in the same amount.
Mm-hmm.
They're like 5 coins. Okay. All right.
Yep.
You, with the mask on, you place 5 coins on the shrine, and nothing happens.
If we're going in order, then the bugs are next. Arvex, do your
I thought the
thing.
picture had 10. Did
Oh,
the picture show 5 from each hand?
Did it? Look at the fresco again.
It just showed like a handful, probably about the same amount.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Orbex tentatively looks at a dead, what looks like a cockroach, and grimaces and says, "This is for history." Ah, just crunches it. Eats it. Ah. Okay. And then nothing happens. I have nothing to put on the shrine, but I may vomit.
That you can put
George
on
said,
the-
I didn't know you liked those. As he pulls them out of his shell and want some more.
Here's some.
No, thank you, my friend. One is
Oh.
enough.
He crunches on it himself.
Delicious.
Well, you should have done
Right.
this part, you
Yeah.
bastard.
But nobody
Yeah,
asked me to.
I have
Old
to
kid.
We didn't
give
know.
over. I guess I have to give over bone.
Yeah. Let's hold the
Orvix,
knife and put some bones
Come here,
in the
let me
thing.
see your bone. Let me see your hand. Orvix.
What?
Come here. Come here,
Okay.
Let me see your finger. Hold your hand out.
Okay.
She'll take his front finger.
Oh, come on. That's gross.
Take his
It's
finger
got
off.
bones in it. Yeah, it's got bones in it.
All right, with
Unless
a
there's like bones standing around somewhere.
quick, swift motion, you chop off a finger. Orvex gives out a cry of pain, and his face turns
Wow.
pale. Oh! And you see that finger hit the bowl, and kind of blood drizzles out.
Bones.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
uh,
I guess it's
Bones in there.
closer to actually like an actual
Yeah.
flesh sacrifice. I
Oh,
suppose.
is that necessary? Do you have
No, but it was fine.
some creature you could donate body parts to? Gods, this hurts.
Remind me what the candle fresco looked like.
It said he was just holding it, but if that doesn't work, maybe offer the candle.
It
to
was
the shrine,
a
like, put it
it
on the
was a
shrine?
lit candle.
Oh, okay. Well, Max can.
Let me look through my sack here. Anybody got a light? Wait, are there any torches in here?
I had a finger once. Oh,
Shut up, Orvix.
Pox in your finger.
Are there any like torches or anything I can use?
Max will take the tip of his rapier and just tap the candle with it.
oh, aren't you, Mr. Fancy Pants?
Hey, Max, let me borrow your sword. We need to cauterize.
Oh gods! Ah! What was that movie where they take like a
Accidentally just stabbed in the palm.
oh god!
Sorry, Orvix.
Just slices other
Just-
fingers off.
Another finger.
Please stop helping me. I'm starting to regret coming in here with you all.
Starting.
Starting.
Starting. Yep.
Just now starting to
I'm
regret this?
beginning
I
to
mean,
think you're all
easily.
terrible, terrible people.
You knew I was a terrible person.
As soon as the as the candle is lit, you see the sarcophagus in the back of the wall crack open, and the sounds do 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 do.
Look.
Who would like to investigate?
I don't necessarily want the god himself. Who wants a powerful, unpredictable frog god in their body?
Gillian does.
Mm-hmm.
She's not here to argue against it.
And thematically, it makes some sense. She is the one who dived into the giant frog monster's
Oh,
pond
so
back
she
in
feels
the
some
day.
affinity.
That's right.
Yeah.
She has affinity for chaos now.
Affinity for chaos. Yeah, inside the sarcophagus, you do not see the bones of a froghemoth. I don't think that would fit in there. Instead, you see a pair of bracers and a bunch of what look like just destroyed arrows in a rotting quiver. But it's the bracers that actually look. Yeah, Orvex is looking over there like, oh, maybe I should be the one. And kind of slurks back because his hands still hurt.
You can have the next god, Orvex.
That's what you said about the last two guys.
Like the last three guys. Yeah, it's not your turn yet.
Get you on the next one.
Okay.
I'm missing a finger. I'm missing an ear now.
Go back and give him Wongo.
I suppose we could. Although then George would have to kill him.
Wongo
so.
is inside of an insane slide.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
Here's a
No,
No, I
trash
thought I had
god.
one.
Yeah. Would you like the trash god?
Oh, right, yeah, you
Ning's in
do
that
have
slot.
Wongo. That's right. You've got Wongo's in your
Yeah.
mace. It's in your backpack. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of Ning Ning.
We want to turn Orvex into a murderer, though? That seems
I
like a
mean,
bad
let's be
idea.
honest. How many times is he actually going to possibly kill somebody?
I mean, he could try.
I mean, he's in tidy whitey bike shorts, for goodness sake.
Those thick, muscular thighs.
So meaty.
All right, is Gillian grabbing those bracers?
Yeah, she'll grab the bracers.
All right, well, let's get her a charisma saving throw. See if she can resist the gods.
If she wants to.
If she wants to. She's got a pretty good charisma save. She might be the first one to make the... Wow! Yep, the bracers glow as watery light ripples across the walls. A monstrous tentacled shadow rises from the sarcophagus. The air fills with the stench of a swamp, and a rumbling voice echoes the tomb. You are brave to summon me. Together we will crush the undying one. But then Gillian just says, and it retreats back into... I don't think so. She's able to...
Someone in the chat to turn that little bit into like a GIF, please. Of him going,
So able to suppress Kubazan, although if she wants, she could still have the bracers, but that does means you don't get the free identify and auto attunement to them, and they would require attunement because all these things do.
Okay, she'll pick up the bracers.
Okay. They are magical, obviously. No crystal eyes in this one, however.
we picked the wrong room. Let's go back.
All right, there's only one room left. Sweet.
But yeah, make a note that Gillian's got magical bracers that need to be identified. Next time you all rest.
All right, down to the laughing room. Oh no, there's a monkey. Kill it.
It's just Thaddeus.
Just that is.
Orvex is looking very pale.
We've lost a lot of
Part of
blood.
her
already.
eyes. It didn't bleed that
We
much.
did it. Yep.
Oh. Yeah, you see a double door outside of which is carved with leering and laughing skulls.
Tell Orvix to go sit down.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
Does
He just
he
slumps
need
against the
magic?
wall. Oh.
Here's a
There's
salt
the purple
tablet.
goo.
Make a salt tablet.
Do we see any? Do I see any magic coming off this door?
I've forgotten to tell you all about the magical things you've been detecting.
I haven't actually been near most of them. I mean, I guess I
that's
probably
true.
should have seen the force field, but
That one, and then the platforms. No, this door, funny enough, does not radiate any magic.
I would like to listen at the door.
Okay.
That old chestnut.
You're nothing.
All right, let's gingerly push the doors open.
You attempt to do it gingerly, and they open with a wow clanging sound, clong that echoes off the walls, heard throughout
Great.
the multiverse. 10 feet from the doors, a thick tapestry curtain hangs from wall to wall. Its embroidery shows a scene of merriment, nobles feasting around a banquet table, a roast boar on a platter, and servants pouring wine.
I think we're out of clues, so I don't know
Yeah.
what's behind that curtain.
See anything on the curtain?
That's got to be scary. I'm out of clues.
I'm out of clues.
You don't notice anything strange. It appears to be a curtain with a scene of feasting.
All right, I'll pull back the curtain. Just sort of. Is it? Are they on like what are they called?
Rollers?
Rollers or anything?
They're
Just sort of
not
like
on
that?
rollers, no, but you can You think you could kind of do like a under maybe thing to kind of go because it's kind of a
okay.
full length curtain.
Like a theater curtain. Okay.
Yeah. Mannix, you kind of duck under and go up, and immediately another curtain is 5 feet from the first, showing the same scene but descended into depravity. The nobles fight with each other, partake in carnal encounters on the table, or sprawl on the floor in puddles of vomit.
This is literally a scene of a Stephen King book, by the way. Okay.
Can we pull that one up?
Yeah, I'll tell this to the party. And be like, you should probably, with Mannix's voice does not conduce well with Papazotto's personality. So,
Command them.
Yeah, right. I don't do a whole lot of commanding in my everyday life, Papa. I'll do my best.
Worthless vessel, deserving of my power.
Folks, follow me. Stay close. There's bad
Sort of
things in the
sighs.
curtains. Do my best, Papa. And I'll go one more.
All right. Mannix, you go one more, and your detect magic immediately starts radiating enchantment on this curtain. And a scene of horror confronts you on this curtain. Nobles feasting on servants, eating each other alive, and setting fire to the hall. The roast boar is alive and laughing on its platter. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw as you look upon this scene.
Papa's very wise. So I'm going to get advantage on that. Wisdom saving throw?
Indeed, sir.
Good at that.
Yeah. You feel like it's
16.
pretty scary, but you're able to stare it down with Papa's help. Actually, yes, you didn't need his help, did you? You rolled a 16 first. You are able to stand your ground. You are not afraid.
All right, this time I'll actually yell back like, strike that. Don't come after me. There's scary shit in here.
I wasn't.
Oh, good. Good to hear my orders are being followed. And I will push past this curtain.
All right, you push past that curtain, and you find the rotting head of a giant boar mounted to the wall. Fresh blood and gore spatters its tusk, dribbling down the wall beneath it. Mannix, as you stare at this boar's severed head, I need you to give me another wisdom saving throw.
God damn it. You know what? I do have inspiration. Let's try that one more time. Just for the hell of it. Shit.
Mannix, you look into this boar's eyes and feel a fuzziness going on in your head. And you lower your head in supplication. You walk towards the boar, and you place your head in its open mouth. And the boar
This isn't gonna end well.
chomps down on your head.
Okay.
You take 25 slashing damage.
Okay.
You may repeat the saving throw.
Is the board just chewing on me at this point? Is that what's happening?
Basically.
All right. Well, I get advantage on the repeat. Okay, no, hold on.
Now, the rest of you, I don't know what the last thing Mannix said, or what you can hear, or if Mannix wants to scream, or what you want to happen, but think of this as being in, like, combat right now, and this was your turn, and now everybody else, if you want to do something, you can. I'm not going to put everybody
Sounds
in combat.
pretty bad in there.
Orpic's like,
Muffled
what? Did he lose a
gurgles.
finger?
I want to wonder at Orvex and tell him to
Ugh,
take another finger.
no, not that one.
Okay, no. Instead of what I rolled, Max will think about it and realize he saw this coming. He knew that he was going to fail this, that he was going to need all of Papa's powers, and he's going to roll a 14. And his wisdom modifier is a 2. So there's a 16.
Okay. 16. So that was for your repeat saving throw right there?
Yep, my repeat.
Okay.
Instead of 2 8s, yes. Let's go with the 14.
Okay. So you
Or
roll a
16.
14 with your +2 is a 16. So you do feel with your portent die you are able to shake off the effects of being charmed by the boar. Also, as your head was in there, Mr. Mannix, you see you see what look like some kind of treasures lodged in there. You feel like you could only grab one quickly enough as you kind of escape the boar's jaws, and one of them that you see is a crystal eye.
I've got advantage on saving throws, so logically I should be able to stay here and do this. But
I say you do.
and Papa would be so prideful of me if I
Papa.
did.
We'd all be proud of you, Mannix.
If the rest of you want to jump in there though, you totally can. Let me know. Like,
Yeah, at this point, well,
I did start the poll for those of you watching live. Please vote on our MVPC for this session. Typing vote in the character's name.
all right. The first thing I'll grab will be the eye.
Okay.
Does it feel like this horror that I'm witnessing is primarily based on my vision, or is this like mental, or what's?
You definitely thought it was looking at the boar's head that caused it. Yes.
Okay. I would like to then, once I've got the eye, I would like to shove my hands in there, so my hands are fully in this boar's mouth, and then I would like to cast blindness on myself.
Okay. Getting a lot of use out of that.
I am
Oddly enough, on yourself.
on myself, so that I can no longer see the horror that is before me.
Okay.
But I've already got my hands in there, so hopefully I can just grab everything that I can grab.
Okay. So you blind yourself, but you've got your hands out there to kind of grab some stuff.
Yep, I got my hands inside the boar's mouth where all that stuff was sitting.
Give
And
me a either dexterity or sleight of hand if you've got better sleight of hand.
Okay.
Orvex for not slitting your throats in the night like any slain person would do. Fortunately, they don't give
Which is
Orvex any
why
blades.
We don't want to give him the murderer guy.
Don't want to give any weapons. Yeah. Fair.
My sleight of hand is better than my dex. Yes. Okay.
Orvex.
That's not great.
It's not great. You end up kind of reaching around blindly. You do pull out one bent pair of gold spectacles. I guess you can't tell they're gold because you're blind, but you feel like you pull out some broken glasses that somehow feel like they
Right.
could be worth something.
Okay. At this point, is it going to be kind of futile for me to still try to grab stuff?
Yeah, that was kind of your best effort with that roll.
Okay. All right. At that point, I'm going to turn and begin screaming and running away from this whole situation.
Execute screaming runaway mode.
Just through all the curtains, just
As you're blind.
as I'm
You're
blind.
He runs out screaming. He's got blood on his neck. He's blind. You're all just like, what the fuck?
We just watch him run down the hall.
The boar's head lead me.
And that updates your quest for 10 crystal eyes.
Got them all, guys.
Yep, Mannix, it looks like you are the MVP this session. I would have given it to Thaddeus, frankly, but the people have spoken.
Thaddeus Thaddeus did do a lot of the work.
And he did some work. So yeah, I can montage you guys to the door, and we can be handling that next session. But for now, I believe that will bring our session to a close. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Raymond, and Reese for playing. Thank you to all of our wonderful fans for watching. Go to roguewatson.com for recaps, patreon.com/roguewatson if you would like to support the channel. Live streaming our D&D adventures every week. See you next time. What's beyond the door?
Bye.
Find out.
What is beyond the door?
Another
Can't be
board.
worse than a boar's head. Exactly.
No, it's the other end of the board.
No, no.
The back end of the board.
It's just a wall.
What happens if that side charms you?
Oh no! I can't help it. I feel like there's no slashing damage there at least.
There's probably not slashing damage.
Poison bludgeoning damage.
That's right. It's poison bludgeoning. Yeah.
Necrotic damage.
And some
Now we've given him
definite
ideas. That's
madness.
the problem.
This is great.
You begin suffocation checks immediately.